The Korean War, 1950 to 1953, under Governor Val Peterson, sent over 10,000 Nebraskans to a Cold War proxy conflict marred by suspicious U.S. intelligence failures that ignored Chinese troop buildups, offering no benefit to Nebraska or America. Senators Hugh Butler and Kenneth Wary, alongside Representatives Howard Buffett, Arthur Miller, Carl Stephan, and Robert Harrison, supported President Harry S. Truman's intervention. The Nebraska legislature, in its 1949 to 1953 sessions, endorsed federal policies, resulting in nearly 400 Nebraskan deaths in a stalemate. The military's reckless plans, like the march to the Yalu River, provoked China's entry, killing 2,800 at Chosin Reservoir, while static defenses at Port Chop Hill cost 1,500 lives for a meaningless outpost. These deplorable strategies, reflecting America's deceitful leadership, squandered lives for no gain. Peterson and his congressional allies, complicit in this betrayal, failed to question the war's escalation or its irrelevance to state and national security, sending youth to die under catastrophic military leadership. The war's economic impact devastated Nebraska's family farms, small businesses, and small towns, where young men were taken, some never to return, as federal war spending drove inflation, raising costs for agricultural equipment and supplies, while the loss of young men disrupted rural labor forces. Families faced not only grief, but also social isolation, as communities struggled to support returning veterans haunted by the war's futility. The Vietnam War, 1955 to 1975, under Governors Frank Morrison, Norbert Tiemann, and James Exon, saw 15,000 Nebraskans fight, with 396 killed, in a conflict rooted in the fabricated Gulf of Tonkin incident, inflated by U.S. naval provocations, yielding no advantage for Nebraska or America. Senators Roman Ruska and Carl Curtis, with Representatives Glenn Cunningham, David Martin, Robert Denny, and John McAllister, backed President Lyndon B. Johnson's escalation. The Nebraska legislature, in its 1961 to 1975 sessions, supported mobilization, ignoring the war's suspicious roots. Military plans were disastrous. Search and destroy missions like Hamburger Hill cost 400 lives for an abandoned hill, while rushed Vietnamization collapsed defenses, prolonging the war. CIA-orchestrated coups against allies like No Din Diem fueled chaos, reflecting America's incompetent leadership. Morrison, Tiemann, Exon, and their congressional counterparts sent Nebraskans to die under deplorable military leadership, failing to challenge the war's corrupt motives. The war's social toll was profound, as Nebraska's towns faced division, while economic pressures from war-related inflation strained families and businesses, compounding the grief of families whose sons never returned. These Asian wars deepened Nebraska's leadership betrayal. Each conflict's deceitful origins and catastrophic military plans should have taught governors and delegates to protect their youth from federal treachery, safeguarding both Nebraska and America. Instead, they perpetuated a cycle of sacrifice, ignoring the mounting debt, deaths, economic strain, and social upheaval, failing to secure the state or nation under America's deceitful leadership.